Hi guys, welcome to Gavin Gaming TV, and today we're going to have a look at Life is Feudal. So this is extremely early access. I'm talking like very early. So we'll have a look in the options. Controls are fairly good. There's a lot of controls to look around for your attacks and your war stances and your camera changes and all that sort of thing. And they're all rebindable, which is pretty cool. Then you've got your video settings, which again I'd leave them as standard because this game is nowhere near optimized yet, as you'll see when we get in game. When you start looking at a lot of trees, your frame rate just tanks. But as I say, it is very early access, so don't let that put you off. It is a good looking game and it is fun to play, but at the minute I'd just leave the settings as they are. I've obviously tinkered with them to get the resolution and that right, but I'd just leave them as is. Audio's pretty good. I'd turn the music down. The music's pretty good, but if I was you I'd turn it down a wee bit. But the music is quite good. It's sort of medievally sort of music, so it is quite cool if you let it go. I just have it on really low, but I usually have TeamSpeak on when I'm playing this anyways because I'm on a server with my friends. So and I don't know what plays is. I think plays goes to who's actually playing. So you can create your own world. You can rent servers for this. I actually play on a server that our guild has rented, and it's pretty fun. You'll see our little town that we're starting to set up. Well, it's just more of a settlement at the minute. Joining a world is a bit of a pain in the ass at the minute because you can get it if you've got friends on Steam that are in, but there's no favourites and no history yet, and to search for it you can't. It doesn't, change anything at the moment, so it is really hard looking for it. I mean, I'm going to try and find my server in a bit, and it's probably going to take me a while because I have to look around and actually search for the name of it, which is a bit of a pain, but as I said, very early access. All this still has to be put in and done yet. So you can switch these to go alphabetically, which can make it a bit easier, which I have done there. And obviously because we rent these servers, there's a fair few servers on there that are open, but you're better off getting your own and you can get good people in. Now this is supposed to be a large MMO later on. The combat system's going to be pretty cool, isn't it? It'll be like think of War of the Roses or War of Vikings, that sort of combat system, and then add in like a full day-night cycle, animals in the world, full construction. Ugh. And luckily for us it's daylight. So as you can see, we've got a little village going here. This is all done by terraforming, so one of the guys has terraformed the land and built it up. So we've got our log storage here, with a few logs dumped over there. Our housing for us, which one of the guys has greatly built one for me as well, I think, over there. We've got chicken coops over here, which you can put other things in. We've got beehives, farming, and this is all player created. So if you want to build it in a forested area, you can quite happily. Oh, there's one of the guys over there. Quite happily cut down that forested area and level the ground off, and then start building. There's a few of us on look there. So obviously all this ground has been leveled and whatnot. We've got an area for a well here, but we need rope first. So we can put the well in, and then you can build potentially huge castles, build a town inside walls and things like that. The construction is very cool and interesting in this game. It's going to be really fun. There's a couple of guys on playing now in the farming areas and whatnot. That's all you've got for your map at the minute. So you can, you know, wander around the place, find different things. Survive, you've got to have food because you get hungry. And I've been getting hungry while I've been offline there for some reason. So there you go, bit of food will knock up your hunger thing there. I got injured the other day, so my health's still rising. You can only carry so much in your backpack, but as you get stronger and stuff like that, your strength will go up. So you can carry more and use more tools. If I hit C there, you can see an outside view of me all tooled up. So what am I carrying? A saw. So if I go in here and put my axe on, oh, it's a sickle, and then equip my saw as well. I still can't use the steel one for some reason. I don't think my skill's high enough. So all these are easy enough to make. You know, twigs there. Right click it and you get the menu. Primitive tools, so you can do all your primitive sickles and shovels and all that, and it just shows you what you need, so rocks and things like that. Can all be found around the world from what you walk on them, around them. Primitive fishing pole, which I still haven't caught anything yet. Sling, cups, knives, all that sort of stuff. And then when you get the more, let's try and click on it there. And you can do your creating the snares and all that lot to catch animals and things. And then when you start getting these tools, some of them will allow you to do other things, so carpentry and bow crafting, depending on what your skills go to. Now, skills wise, oh, another thing, your bags are all over the place sometimes, so you can put stuff wherever you want. So it's always a good idea to go in every now and again and organise your bags, so you know what's what and where's where. Just to make it easier on yourself. Like, you don't have to, but it does make it a lot easier on finding stuff. So you can place it anywhere you like. And when you're collecting stuff, it'll sometimes put them all over the gaff. So it's always a good idea to come in and just organise your bag so you can see what you've got, what you're going to need, etc. So skills wise, if you hit L on your keyboard, you'll come into the skills tree, and you'll go through all the different skills, and as you see, depending on what level you get it to, you can do different things. Some of it is disabled at the minute. Which will be the next page really. So you can see I can craft the bows and the weapons and stuff, but I can't use them because it's disabled. So to be implemented yet, so all the stuff's disabled. Now one thing I've noticed, crossbow mastery and bow mastery are the wrong way around. Because the bow would have been the first weapon obviously created, so that should be in front of crossbow in my opinion. So they need to swap them around really, to be honest, because otherwise you need to do the crossbow to get the simpler bow. So they need to be switched. But all the weapons and stuff are not in a minute. But everything else is in. You could do some of the armor crafting. And obviously your skill cap is 1209 at the minute, so you can't go any higher than that. But you can stop, you know, you can lower the skill, hold the skill, or raise it. So, you know, that's pretty cool. So when you get to a certain level on one and you don't want to go any higher, you can just freeze it. Or if you want to get rid of a skill to do another skill, you know, you can lower the points so you can put points up higher on another one. Which is pretty good, like, it's a good idea. I'm leveling up my construction and my carpentry at the minute, but there's no point in doing any more hunting out because the bows, because you can't use them yet. So I'm going to go back to my construction and possibly some farming or something, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, the skill tree is pretty cool, and it means you can do lots of things. So if I run out of here, it's actually not running too bad today with all the trees. Oh, speak too soon. So as you say, forested area. So if you find a tree, you can go up to it, you right click, and you can cut it down, get the bark, sprouts, inspect the trees and branches and stuff like that. Now each thing will do different skills. So let's log this one. Let's cut it down. So there is down, and that is a softwood log. So if I right click it, you can carpentry it whenever you get your skills high enough. So you can billet it, cut out boards or building logs, and then general actions you can lift it up and carry it, to wherever. So that would be lifted and carried over there to our log pile if I was going to do that. But I'll show you, because I've got the saw equipped, I can let's knock out, see if I can get a building log if my skills high enough. I've got one building log out of it, which will go into your inventory there, you see. So most of these, I think near enough all of these trees you can cut down when you get the skills high enough. And then obviously these ones you can gather apples. So if I gather some apples, because it's always good for eating and used for other things like your traps and things like that. If there's any on it, that is. There you go, nothing left to gather. So if I lob this down, that should be a hard, softwood tree. Right, so lift the object, and that puts it on your back, and it encumbers you so you walk really slowly with it. So you can wander over there, and then when you get there, if you right click, you can drop an object, and you can move to get a better idea of what's going on. As you see over here, you can shift it up and down, left and right, back and forward, or you can spin it around. So you can place it wherever you want, as long as it's in that block. So you can end up like we have over there with the stacks of wood, and then you can work on it whenever you want, get whatever you want. As you see, every time I do that I get a soft wooden board, and sometimes you can fail to get anything. So there you go, 2 boards and then what's it? Or you run out of breath, because you see that green one is your energy. So I'll just, actually no, run over here. So as you saw, I was near the water there, so we'll wander across to the watered area. Now there's not much weather in this at the minute. There's fog, which I think is supposed to be rain. You've got sunny days and cloudy days, but there is going to be a lot more weather in it. So as you run over here, you can see the ocean. It's quite a large map. Obviously probably going to create other maps for it as well. And there is swimming in game. So you can swim to different places and whatnot if need be. You can also, I'll show you the terraforming stuff. So if I equip my shovel, I can come over here, and then if you right click on a square, you get all these options. Doesn't matter where you are, you get all these. So you can prospect for your ores, you can build a little campfire, you can construct furniture, which is just a normal one. Terraforming, so I can flatten it, put slopes on it, lower the ground, etc. Construction, materials preparation, so if you click that, you get your kiln, cauldrons, furnace and things like that, again depending on what your skill levels are. And then you can pave, and obviously set your snare and track peaceful animals, which isn't actually in yet, but that will allow you to probably see footsteps and things like that to go hunting. So we'll go, if you hit the observe one, that shows you the heights of the ground. So if you want to make everything, say 0.5, you can add a bit, take away a bit, so you can level off the ground as close as you can. if we go up here, I think maybe there. Oh. No, there is a point where you can dig tunnels and stuff like that as well. This land isn't angled enough to do that. If I go here, I click lower the ground. Now that will have lowered it. It's hard to see from here, but that will have lowered it a wee bit. So observe, I think it's that square I'm hitting, so it's 3299 now, right? So if I go here, whoops, terraforming, lower ground level. Now remember it was 32 all the 9s. Hopefully this will work. There, 320001. So as your skill goes up, you can probably dig more and quicker. And then obviously in your pack you're going to have all the dirt, so you can just pour that back down again. And I was encumbered as well with all that stuff. So that'll make it easier, you know, to flatten the ground down. I can also put this stone on the ground as well. So that basically means if you collect a lot of rock, you can go, I'll show you at the back of ours here, and put all that rock somewhere and build it up. So if I run back over to our camp, I'll show you what I mean. There's not much wildlife in this at the minute. There is wolves that are a pain to kill. But as I say, it is very, very early access, but it is great fun. I mean, as you can see, we've got this big town being built here. You know, we'll extend it. We've got a few more guys that want to come on and play with us, so as you see, we've been terraforming the ground here again. We've got a few more guys that want to come on and play, so we can start expanding all this out. And obviously your buildings can change. As you see over here, we've got, yep, I agree. We've got the good old wooden shacks, which look a bit of a mess at the minute. Must be tired. And then we've got the ones that have got a bit fancier, bit of clay and whatnot chucked on there. And then obviously you can make them better. You see the frame rate's dropping like mad now because of all those trees and stuff. And so we've got a bit of a kitchen going here with the pots and the kilns and all that sort of thing. And then tanning places for your animals, so you can boil stuff there. And then a couple of dead animals here that you can, you know, skin or use for meat and things. So if you come over here, as you see here, we've got iron and stone and stuff like that. So we've basically collected it from a mountain up there, which I'll show you in a bit, and then just poured it here. So we've always got iron, stone and dirt, you know, ready for stuff. So whatever you dig, say you're leveling the ground and whatnot, you'll always pick up dirt and stuff. So you take that somewhere and dump it, so it's like a landfill sort of thing. So you know, it's just stuff getting moved around, so it'll always come handy. Oh, bit of tear in there in the ground. So if we run up here, you see there there's a couple of holes in the mountain, I think, up here by the looks of it. Yeah, this is a new one. So as you see here, you can dig into the mountain, get your stone, and if there's ore and stuff in there. But as you're running, see, you can hear the grass, and then you can hear stone. So if you go to prospecting, see you've added a few more there, look, slingshot ammo and useful flintstone. So you can search for that. Doesn't always work, you might not find anything. There you go, picked up one flintstone, which is now there in the bag. So at the minute it's fairly basic, there's not much combat or anything in the game, but you do, what button is it? have a combat stance, and then obviously you can see on the bottom the keys is either left or right for your weapons. You can obviously double them up whenever you've got offset. So if I hit 4, I guess I spade out, so I can jab you with it. Or if I go 2, I guess it axe out, and I can swing that. So you see, it is physics based, so it's going to be like your War of the Roses, things like that, where whatever you hit is going to get injured and whatnot. And as you see, I've got a body of me over here, so that's going to show your injuries, whether it's on your arm, your chest, your head, your legs, etc. I don't know what that is yet, but that's your HP, and that's obviously your stamina and whatnot. It doesn't matter how long you hold it for, it's not going to change. You know, and you can block with the right button, but it's not going to change how much damage you do. So it's going to be more on weapon sharpness and whatnot, as far as I can see, which is pretty cool. And then you just hit R and you back out of your combat stance. As you see, there's a bit of a frame rate drop there. But as I've said, you know, it is very, very early. So if I come up here, I click that, and I go... Let's prospect for some iron. And you can do a radius, so we'll go maybe 6. I don't know what radius is, maybe 6 blocks or 2 squares, I don't know. And didn't find any signs of ore, so there's not much ore around here. And you can, you know, you basically do that. You can set traps out and all that lot, so it is fun. As I say, do you see with the frame rate drop there because of all the trees? It definitely needs a lot of optimising, but it is very, very early access, so don't let that put you off. It is really, really great fun if you've got a couple of friends on there and you want to play with them. And you know, you can build all your tools and things like that. I mean, carpentry, you can construct furniture, armor stands, beds, chests, alchemy tables, workbench. You know, there's loads and loads of stuff you can build, which is really, really cool. And then when you click on it and do build, it'll show you areas where you want to build it, so you can move it around in that block, spin it around and stuff, and it'll be in that square. So, you know, really, really cool stuff. So give it a look. It's about 15 quid on Steam at the minute. So it's... No, is it 15 or is it 20? It's not a great deal anyways, for a game that's going to be huge. As you can see by the map, it is quite a large map. And you can build some pretty cool things. If you go across to... well, if you look on YouTube for some Life is Feudal videos, I think the guys who have done this, there's only a few of them building this game, there's only a couple of devs. Have a video up there of a little town that was built just by in-game assets. It looks like a proper medieval town with big walls and all that, so the potential's great for this. Think of it as 7 Days to Die but without the zombies. So, you know, you've got to do all this to survive. And I suppose when the weather effects on that get in there, that might have some play on the survival as well, which would be pretty cool. But yeah, give it a look, guys, really cool. And I will be doing other videos on this for other updates as the game develops, because I think it's going to be a cracker. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please give me a thumbs up, any comments down below, throw them in there, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Have a look around the channel, see what else you like. If there's anything else, subscribe, and then you'll get updates of when I'm putting new videos up. Go to my Facebook, go on my Twitter, all the usual stuff, guys. And thanks for watching, see you around. And remember, life is feudal.